Hey guys, XO Cribby here. Just coming on camera again. Yeah, I mean I have a YouTube channel that I don't use, which is crazy. I need to be using it. And so, well, here I am. I'm using it. The Lord has been giving me wonderful ideas to make videos about. Recently my TikTok got hacked. I don't know if you guys know that. And so now I'm having more time to, I guess, focus on other things, because my Instagram does really well. I just don't really put a lot of effort into it. I literally just repost my TikToks on my Instagram, but I think now I can start putting more effort into my Instagram and putting more effort into my YouTube channel, and just overall just doing better as a content creator, period. You know, I got people who want videos, yada yada yada, so I'm gonna do it, including the Lord who wants videos. So this video today, I'm just gonna be talking about why I started making Christian rap and why I still do. Now, the reason is very simple at first. It's simple, but it's complex. So I started making Christian rap because, well, I became a Christian for one, because I liked music and I like to make music. And I used to make music that was secular. Yeah, that was worldly. I think I still have a song on a file. If I showed you that song, you wouldn't even believe that it was me like rapping that. Just because the lyrics are so bad. Like they're so inappropriate. It's crazy. So, but I came to Christ, right? I became a Christian. I was born again, and I'm learning about, that God gives you certain talents, and you got to use those talents to glorify God. One of the talents that I was given was making music. I was really good at it. I'm really good at it. But I just didn't have a platform to like make music. So now I use BandLab. That's like my main platform. But I didn't have BandLab back then. I didn't know you could make music on your phone. I thought you always had to go to a studio. But nope. All it took for me was Apple headphones and BandLab, and boom. 4, 5 albums later, here we are, So, yeah, so my main purpose for making Christian rap was that I didn't like any of the Christian rap music I was hearing at the time. Now, I'm not saying there weren't any good artists. I just couldn't find them. Or rather, Christian rap has just evolved over time. That's my opinion. I think, personally, I like a certain style of music. You're talking about a guy who used to listen to Lil Uzi, Trippie Redd, Young Thug, Playboi Carti, all of that, Gunna, all of them. I used to listen to all of them, and I stopped listening to them, and then I'm like, okay, because at first it was just straight worship music, but then I was like, man, I want to hear like some rap, like some beats, something that hits. And I was like, okay, I just got to find a Christian version. I'm looking up Christian rap. I think the only few people I found was like Hovey, Caleb Gordon, maybe a little bit of No Big Deal. Is that his name? No Big Deal? Yeah. But outside of that, I didn't really have anybody that I like enjoyed listening to like that. If I did, it was just like, I'm just like trying to enjoy it. There were good Christian rap artists out there at the time. I just wasn't able to find them. And of course, Christian rap evolved over time. Like if you hear Christian rap now, it has evolved. The game has changed, and I love it. And I'm glad I was part of that change. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I was part of that change. So yeah, that was my original reason. I couldn't find that, and so I was like, man, I'm gonna just make it myself. I'm gonna just make it myself. I'm gonna just do it myself. I found a way. So I'm looking up ways, and then I come across this video of this kid. He's like giving all of his presets on BandLab, and he's like, this is how I make my voice sound like this. And bro started like playing a song that he made. Mind you, this kid is like 12. And he started playing this song he made. I'm like, bruh, he did this all from Apple headphones. I have that. And BandLab with some good presets. I had that. Now, granted, I'm not saying this was the best quality of music, but I was able to make music, so I was happy. In fact, I was happy for a good, how long has it been since I started? 4 years? Yeah, 4 years. I still use it. I've been in the studio, you know, as a Christian, but I still use BandLab. And honestly, I think I want to continue using BandLab. Just want to get some higher quality sound equipment, like a better microphone, you know, some stuff I can do, probably hook up to my laptop. Because I really like to work by myself when it comes to music. And I know I got to get out of that because like features are heavy when it comes to the world of music. Features are like, wow, you know, that's gold. And so, but I like to work by myself because I'm very specific in how I do things. But, you know, the Lord's helping me. But yeah, that was the prime reason. Josh needed some entertainment, and Christian rap scene at the time wasn't doing it for me. So I made the music that I like to hear Christianized, you know? And I'm not saying I was out here doing remixes and covers. Nah, I mean, I did a couple. Don't get me wrong. I did a couple of remixes and covers in my day. Haven't we all? But nah, it was my music. It was original. It was just it definitely had a Uzi vibe to it. I'm not gonna lie, but it was still my music. Like you wouldn't think I remixed some Uzi song. Like this was my music, and but I think down the line of my like Christian rap journey, I made so much music and I kept it all to myself. Like I had a file of music, a whole album of music that I just kept to myself. Nobody else heard it. Maybe my brother, my sister probably, and they thought it was good. But I was like, yeah, I wasn't taking it anywhere. It was literally just for me. That was it. I made the music so that I have something to listen to. And that's why I'm like, I listen to my own music a lot. It's because of like that. Like I like a specific style. And of course, there are Christian rap artists out there now. They touch that style now, so I can, you know, venture out a little bit. But back then, I didn't have that. So I was just like, man, this is my style. I'm going to listen to it. And boom. One day, I'm with one of my close friends, dear friends, sister in Christ. Her name is Taylor. I was with her, and we were in her car. We were hanging out. And I don't know. I guess we just got on the topic. Oh, we got on the topic of how I used to rap. Like, she was like, yeah, like, you were good. I'm like, oh, I still be rapping. I still be making music. She was like, what? And I was like, yeah, actually, I made some stuff on my phone. And like, you know, I don't know what her impression was. I don't know what she was thinking when she thought, oh God, he about to show me some music he made on his phone. Oh my goodness. But she was like amazed. She was like, like that was literally her face. Bro, she cracks me up, bro. She was like genuinely surprised. And she was like, nah, you got to start dropping this. Like, people need to hear this. And I'm thinking like, dang, should I actually drop it? Like, so I started looking up how I could get it on Spotify and Apple Music. And then boom, I found an app called United Masters. Started using United Masters, dropped it on there. To my surprise, the numbers were very well. Like that in the high thousands, like 10, 20, 30,000. It got to a point like where I looked at my all-time, maybe like after I want to say like maybe like more than 6 months after dropping, I looked at my all-time listening, and it was progress at the time. I think it was like at like 200. No. It was at 100,000, the all-time. For like over six, it was 100,000 listening. I'm like, whoa. I was like, dang, this is crazy. And then next thing you know, like people are hitting me up, random people. They're saying how they love my music. I'm looking on SoundCloud. I'm seeing comments on my music. And then, you know, I drop another album. It does well. I drop another album. It does well. Next thing you know, my whole church is listening to it. My pastor heard it. He liked it. They started having me like perform for programs because it was good. It was good music, you know? And at the time, it was like, who sounds like this, you know? And so that's why I said like Christian rap definitely evolved over time. It was not always like how it is. How it is today, it was not always like that. I'm sorry. But it was just like corny. Like straight up corny, bro. Or it was just like the talent pool was very small. I don't know. I thought, me, right, going into Christian rap, I thought like everybody knew how to rap, right? Because me, I'm so like, in my mind, I was so mediocre. So when I'm hearing people rap and they're not like hitting it right, I'm like, yo, how do you not know how to do that? Turns out most people don't have like the knack for rapping. I didn't know that. I thought anybody could rap, because to me, I'm anybody, and I thought anybody could rap. But of course, some people, it takes more practice. Not saying that nobody, if you don't know how to rap, then you can't rap. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you probably need more practice, and your ear has to be expanded and trained a little bit more. But even me, I'm not saying I'm the best. My ear definitely has to be trained and expanded in some areas for sure. But I mean, I had the gist. I can make something that'll make your head pop though. So yeah, that was my reason. It was like, it was just like, man, I need an entertainment. But then, as the numbers started growing and things like that, I started to see that, okay, God is actually using this. Because now I'm seeing people use my music in videos and edits, and some people saying like, finally, someone to listen to. And I'm like, oh wow, the same cry I had in my heart. Like I was like, I want some music, some good Christian rap to listen to. It was the same cry that people had, and I was answering that cry. In fact, my sound was so specific that it answered a specific craving for their music. So I had a Uzi vibe. So anybody who is a Uzi fan, you listen to my music, you're kind of like satisfied, Or anybody who was like, anybody in that genre, the melodic rap genre, you listen to my music, you'll satisfy that craving. And that's what happened. So it started to be for other people now. It started to be for the entertainment and the benefit of others. And so that's why I started to actually take the music seriously. I started dropping more albums, started dropping more music, yeah. But then it got to a point where it got to a point where I just wasn't like motivated anymore. I think it was probably because of what I was going through in life. Yeah, because I was going through a lot. In the times that I was dropping music, I don't know, for some reason, around the times that I'm dropping music, I was always going through a lot. I don't know, just found inspiration in those times. But sometimes I'd be going through so much, I wouldn't even be thinking about making music, because of life. And that's not right, If I really enjoyed making music, I do enjoy making music. If I was really in it, for the right reasons. I don't even want to say that, because I was in it for the right reasons. I think I kind of lost the right reasons. And then that's what made me stop being so consistent in it. To the point, because it got to a point where like people, there was some other church that reached out to me, and they wanted me to fly all the way out to Indiana and to perform at a youth program for their church. And I said no. I said no. I was like, why did I say no to that? I could have did that. A flight to Indiana is not that expensive. I had the money at the time. I had the time at the time. I could have did it. But yeah, my mindset just wasn't right. I wasn't thinking about it the right way. So, and of course it probably came from other voices, like hearing certain things, about the path of music or the path of content. It's just like you hear that path is so specific that it's like low-key frowned upon. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you say I'm gonna be a content creator. Well, nowadays it isn't, but back then it was. Like a lot of things have changed because of technology now. But in the way the world works, marketing and stuff like that works. So content is like on top right now. But back then it was like if you were going for a content creator, there was some people who was like, you're kind of taking a route that's uncertain, I guess. And I think that like any route can be uncertain if you don't know what you're doing, for sure. Or if you're not consistent, or if you're not serious, any route can be uncertain. You can be a lawyer and that route is uncertain. You can be a surgeon, that route is uncertain if you're not, taking the right steps, taking the proper steps. So yeah, but then, my reason for making music, it just became, I want to help people. I want to give people something to listen to. I want to help them break that habit of listening to secular music. I mean, as small as it may seem, that's actually big. That's a big deal. What you listen to can affect you as a person. It can affect your walk with God. It can affect your spirituality. It can affect your mental state. It can affect your actions. It can affect literally your life. What you listen to is so key. And so to give people something better to listen to, something motivational, something about Jesus, something scriptural, that's wonderful. And then on top of that, it's entertaining. So they're not bored. You know, being a Christian isn't supposed to be boring. Being a Christian isn't supposed to be a punishment. Being a Christian is supposed to be fun, joyful. You know, of course, we have challenges. Who doesn't? Everybody has challenges. We all have challenges. But I think, you know, there should be things you should be able to enjoy as a Christian, like music. And, you know, times have changed. So our idea of entertainment is different when it comes to the subject of music. And rap has taken a big influence in music. In fact, it has taken the influence. It is the influence of music, rap, especially melodic rap. If you can sing and you can rap, oh my, you haven't made. You can sing and you can rap, boy, you have potential to be like a great artist. So I was heavily motivated. After that, I started really getting into the groove of making music because it was for other people. And that's why I'm starting it back up now. Because I haven't been so consistent. It's like, kind of fell off a little bit. You know, same thing with content. Haven't been consistent. So it just kind of like fell off. But not on Instagram though, or TikTok. Really just like YouTube. I mean, it didn't really go super high, but like I was on a roll. I was moving, you know? I was actually doing something. But then just stopped. I gotta stop stopping. I gotta stop stopping. It's something I'm working on. I gotta stop stopping. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to make that video. You know, y'all get a little insider about why I do what I do. So when you listen to my music, there's more heart, there's more meaning behind it. You know what you're getting into, you know. So yeah, I'm sorry for looking so rough, but I mean, it's early in the morning. I haven't even done my hair. I haven't even cut it. I haven't shaved. But I gotta make content. And that's why I put this hat on. A big old nice I love Jesus. Put this hat on, get to work for the Lord. You feel me? So I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. God bless. See ya.